Hurricane police arrest a landlord on felony charges. Smith's Marketplace opens in St. George's SunRiver community. And your daily weather forecast coming up with highs, lows, and everything you need to know for the days ahead.
You're watching St. George News at 5, brought to you by our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law.
Good afternoon, I'm Monica McLaughlin. A hurricane landlord, 51-year-old Jerry Michael Smethurst, was arrested Tuesday after police say he secretly took pornographic images of a renter and later sent one to a friend of the renter in a threatening text. According to charging documents, Smethurst allegedly installed cameras throughout his home without the renter's knowledge, including in the renter's bedroom. Police say Smethurst admitted to taking the photos without consent and sending the explicit image. He faces a third-degree felony charge of voyeurism and was released after posting bond. The new Smith's Marketplace in St. George's SunRiver community is set to open on Saturday, offering groceries, household goods, and even a golf cart path for nearby residents. Here's Maury Kessler with the details.
Local media was given a tour of the new Smith's Marketplace in the SunRiver community of St. George Friday afternoon on the eve of the store's grand opening. The new supermarket is around 123,000 square feet in size and employs around 260 people and ran $35 million to construct and is the third Smith's built in the St. George area since the late 1980s. Store manager Nick Shoup said he hopes that patrons of the supermarket will pick up on the emphasis placed on fresh produce and product offerings, as well as how convenient the new store's location is.
So when you walk in the building, the first thing you see is all the fresh stuff. You see all the produce department, the deli, the bakery, but you can see the meat and seafood service counter, so you can really drive fresh. You don't get a lot of that when you walk into some of the other stores. And the area that we are, we're right off the freeway. Everybody can see us. We're that one-stop shop for everybody, but the unique feel when you walk in is what I'm really proud of, and I know what the company's proud of when you walk in and what you see when you stand at the front of the building.
Being built in the SunRiver community, the new Smith's Marketplace caters to residents there by supplying a dedicated parking spot for golf carts. Nick Zarlingo, a construction project manager for Kroger, Smith's parent company, said the golf cart parking area is an example of how the company caters to the local communities it serves.
Just catering specifically to this community, we're very cognizant of who we're selling to, and we want them to have just the best experience. So I think any Kroger or any Smith's that you go to is going to be a little bit unique to that community and to that surrounding community area.
Thanks, Maury. Now we'll take a look at your daily weather forecast brought to you by Casablanca Resort and Casino. Starting in St. George, it's currently sunny with a temperature of 56 degrees. Tonight, expect a low of 38 degrees, and tomorrow looks mostly sunny with a high of 63 and a low of 32. Moving through the week, expect sunshine and cool temperatures to stick around, gradually warming up by the weekend. In Mesquite, it's sunny and currently 64 degrees. Tonight's low will drop to 43. Tomorrow will be partly sunny and cool, reaching a high of 67 with a low of 44. The rest of the week looks sunny, warming into the low 70s by Sunday. Finally, in Cedar City, it's mostly sunny and 38 degrees. Tonight, it will get cold, dropping to 29 degrees. Tomorrow, expect a high of 50 with a low of 21 under cloudy skies. Cedar City will stay chilly this week with some sunshine and highs in the mid-40s to low 50s heading into the weekend. Now we'll head over to Aaron Crane for your local sports update, brought to you by Stephen Wade Auto Center.
Thanks, Monica. This past week in sports, the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs advanced to the 4A state football playoff quarterfinals, defeating Snow Canyon 35-20 on Friday. The Mustangs started strong, scoring on their first two drives and never looked back. Van Daly was electric with two long touchdown runs, and quarterback Ryder Sherritt connected on multiple scoring passes. Meanwhile, Desert Hills, Hurricane, and Dixie were all eliminated on the road. Next up, Crimson Cliffs faces Green Canyon at home in last year's rematch of the 4A state championship. Coach Alofopo says containing Green Canyon's elusive quarterback will be key to securing another win. In an impressive show, the Utah Tech Trailblazers football team notched their first win of the season, overpowering number 9 ranked Central Arkansas 34-21 at Greater Zion Stadium. It marked a major milestone, giving first-year head coach Lance Anderson his debut win at home. Utah Tech's defense dominated, forcing 6 turnovers, the most in a single game in over 12 years. Quarterback Reggie Graff made history, becoming the first player in Utah Tech's NCAA era to throw, catch, and run for a touchdown in one game. Graff led with 211 passing yards, 2 scores, and a career-best 90 rushing yards. The Trailblazers celebrate this win heading into a bye, ready to host West Georgia on November 16th. Now back to you, Monica.
Thanks, Aaron. Experts warn that lead bullets pose a deadly risk to wildlife, especially condors, and can also impact humans who consume game meat with lead fragments.
According to the National Park Service, over 100 species of wildlife are at risk from becoming sick or dying from lead poisoning, including bears, eagles, skunks, and condors, like these shown in footage courtesy of Zion National Park and the Peregrine Fund. Zion National Park wildlife technician Sierra Martin shares what animals sick with lead poisoning experience.
It shuts down their nervous system. They'll try to eat, but their food can get stuck in their crop, which is kind of like their Tupperware before it gets to their stomach, and they can get crop stasis, which causes the food to rot in there and never actually move to their stomach. Oftentimes when an animal dies from lead poisoning, they're found near a water source because they're so thirsty that they try to drink water, but nothing can pass through their digestive system, and they basically ultimately end up dying from starvation. It's a very slow, painful, and very, very preventable death that affects more than just condors.
Experts say these deaths are preventable, and Zion volunteer Pete Grzelski discusses the issue.
The biggest threat to condors is lead poisoning, and that's usually caused by hunters or people shooting things with lead bullets and leaving the carcass or the gut pile. Condors are scavengers, so they feast off of this. So it's up to 52% of the condor deaths are a result of lead poisoning, and that's something we'd love to see go away. From our standpoint, the copper steel bullet is the way to go.
Lead bullets can leave hundreds of very small fragments behind, which can be consumed by scavenging animals. Additionally, some researchers have found these fragments in processed deer meat meant for human consumption.
Thanks, Alicia. Heather Shepik Roberts, now nearly 8 years sober, has transformed her life running a successful nail salon in St. George and inspiring others in recovery with her story of resilience. Here's Jessie Bang for more on her journey and how she's making a difference in her community.
Heather Roberts, owner of Nail Day Salon, has been doing nails since she was 11 years old. While she's built a successful business, balancing it with her alcohol addiction was far from easy.
I started drinking alcohol, and it only took a half a beer, and I was done. I was hooked after a half a beer. Years of getting in trouble and just being at the bar.
She said she hit rock bottom after waking up in a hospital, unable to remember what happened after being drugged and sexually assaulted at a local bar. Her journey to sobriety has been difficult, and she admits it's something she still struggles with today. February 2025 will mark 8 full years alcohol-free. She hopes that sharing her story will raise awareness about addiction and recovery while providing a safe space for those who are struggling.
You can do it. I swear you can do it. If you're open and honest with people, and, you don't have to tell everyone that you're in recovery, but I guarantee you that people will see you in a different way when you're honest about who you really are.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. To learn more about our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law, go to wewininjurylaw.com. I'm Monica McLaughlin with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5, brought to you by We Win Injury Law.